Well, see if you can get Nyquist right across from you there. Wait, he's moving. Never mind. We got him. Ready? Add file one, reveal file one.
Yeah, I just texted you. Eli's asking where you're at. It looks like he's outside of portal 17.
Wait, 10, take 10. When he was Ivan, he was great. Take down a little. Easy.
Carly, can you hear me? It's Todd.
Where's your phone? Thank you. Ready, Anthem. Ready, dissolve 6. Dissolve camera 8 then. Dissolve your Tom. Ready out the camera 8. Got me. Dang it. I am the director for the LCA screens in the building, and we're responsible for putting on a show for the people in attendance, whether inside the arena with the big screens or inside the suites on monitors or in the concourse on any other screens that are available.
So here at LCA, I do a lot of the in-house shows. The camera work I typically do is one of the RF cameras, so that means I'm going around with the host, the in-arena hosts, and also shooting some game action. Sort of depends on the event.
My role here at LCA is production coordinator, and my emphasis should be on the Detroit Red Wings production staff, but it also includes the Detroit Pistons in-house staff to oversee the crewing, management, making sure that everybody's in their roles doing what they're supposed to do, when they're supposed to do it, under the supervision of the producer and director, of course.
Well, I consider where all the cameras are at any given point. You know, if we have 7 or 8 or 12 cameras, I just try to mentally know where they're at so I know during a game what can and can't be shot from which camera, which angle, where the puck is. Following the puck is probably the hardest thing to do because cameras come and go to come onto sets. Broadcasts have different assignments than we do, so there's a little bit of luck involved as well as just trying to mentally prepare following a hockey game of following the puck instead of trying to just follow general action of a game. I try to take the best shot available at any given time. I miss some, I grab some, get lucky with a couple good shots of a puck or a nice check into the boards, or if basketball related, you get the right place at the right time and you see a great reaction just by taking a chance of not being compelled to stay on a game camera or a wide shot.
There's always the desire to see your shot in a replay. Honestly, there's really nothing quite like it. Seeing, when you get that red light on your camera, you are on. But then when you see it replayed, you're becoming a fan of your own shot. And you know, since most of us are fans of what we do, it's kind of an extra pat on the back.
I tend to like the idea that people just say, "Oh, you go and you get to shoot a game." It's a running joke, I think, for a lot of us, because for us, you know, you're having a good show. You're putting on a show for in-house or for network. It's not you're shooting a game, because what you want to do is the whole purpose of somebody watching is to be entertained. They want to see the angles. They want to see what's going on. So, you know, when friends or people who I guess don't know the business as well say, "Oh, you get to go shoot out all the sports. It's really cool." I'm like, yeah, it is cool. But in the back of your mind, you're thinking there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of intricacies involved in a production, and I think it's kind of one of those hidden gems that unless you work in it, you don't really know.
Our crew here at the LCA has been pretty good. I mean, between camera guys out in the field in the arena, as well as our in-house control room people, we have a pretty good communication system. Not that everyone can hear the camera channel. That's not for everybody. But I think between our control room and the cameras, I think it's an open communication. We have a lot of fun.
The control room guys, they feed off of what we, create. So, I mean, the shots we show them from people in the stands, or just jokes that we're cracking over the air. It's kind of, we're the genesis, and then it just kind of snowballs into an avalanche when it hits the control room. So I think it's a mutual share of just companionship, and I think on both sides we have equal fun. And but when it comes time to be quiet on headset, and this is serious, we gotta knock this out, all of us step up and do our job.
I very much encourage friendly competition. I really like a no-drama workspace. So, but that said, especially with cameramen, it seems to be a little healthy competition is never a bad thing, just to make sure that they're on point with what they're doing. Just like any job, people can get complacent, and you always want to find new shots or something great to bring to the show, to be able to pitch to your director, like, hey, I got this shot, or, you know, this one's over here. So it definitely goes a long way because it just takes the show to a different level. Between myself, I'm lucky that a lot of these people that work with us are people that I've known in the industry for a while, so I consider them friends. But I also take it very seriously, so I think that overall to have a good group dynamic is a very strong and important part of this whole production.
It's like a giant fraternity, you know. And the reason I say it's a giant fraternity is if you're ever in a fraternity, it doesn't matter your age or anything, you're always going to be part of that brotherhood. So there's guys that have been in the business, you know, much longer than I've been, but it's just kind of cool looking at them and knowing that you're their equal as a peer.
As a director, without my camera guys, I would be nothing. I become a selector. Since they're my eyes and ears out in the field, I can't do anything without them. There'd be no show without a camera guy.
If you think you're the best cameraman in your class, you're the 100th best cameraman on, you know, the first production you start on. The same thing with tape, audio. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You gotta practice. If you don't practice, you're not gonna get any better.
In this business, which can at times be ego-driven, I would just suggest to put your ego on the shelf. You know, it's all about the team. It's all about the overall product. Sometimes, you know, you might not get the replay, but a lot of times you'll be in the rollout. You know, our tape guys are busting their ass. They are doing their job, and they are watching what they can. It's been stated in the past, it's a live event. You're not going to catch everything. You know, that mistakes will happen. Things won't record sometimes. Audio will drop out, whatever the case is. It's live television. Sometimes you just got to, you know, shrug your shoulders and say, let's go on.